Around 2.4 million years ago, the Earth was a vastly different place, shaped by powerful natural forces and unpredictable climates. This era, part of the early Pleistocene epoch, witnessed the gradual emergence of early human ancestors who would one day give rise to Homo sapiens. These early hominins did not yet resemble modern humans, but they carried within them the foundation of what humanity would become. They lived in small, scattered groups across the African landscape, where survival depended on constant awareness and adaptability. The environment was harsh, filled with vast grasslands, dense forests, and dangerous predators that hunted relentlessly. Food was not guaranteed, and water sources often shifted with the seasons. These early species relied heavily on instinct, cooperation, and basic tools made from stone. Their days were consumed by the search for food, the need for shelter, and the constant threat of danger. Despite their limitations, these early ancestors began showing signs of intelligence that set them apart from other species. They observed patterns in nature, learned from experience, and slowly adapted their behavior to improve their chances of survival. This period marked the beginning of a long evolutionary journey, where small changes in brain development, physical structure, and social behavior would gradually lead toward the emergence of more advanced human species. As time progressed, these early hominins began to develop more refined survival strategies that allowed them to thrive in increasingly challenging environments. Their bodies evolved to become more efficient for walking long distances, a crucial adaptation for following migrating animals and locating seasonal food. Horses. This ability to travel across vast terrains opened new opportunities for exploration and resource gathering. Their hands became more dexterous, enabling them to create sharper and more effective tools from stone. These tools were not only used for hunting, but also for processing food, cutting meat, and breaking bones to access nutrient-rich marrow. Communication among group members also began to improve, though it was still primitive compared to modern language. Gestures, sounds, and expressions played a vital role in coordinating group activities, such as hunting and protection. Social bonds grew stronger as individuals relied on one another for survival. Caring for the young and protecting the vulnerable became essential parts of their existence. This cooperation increased their chances of survival and allowed knowledge to be shared across generations. Over time, these shared experiences contributed to the gradual development of culture, even in its most basic form. These early steps in communication and cooperation laid the groundwork for the complex societies that would eventually emerge thousands of years later. The environment during this time was constantly changing, forcing early human ancestors to adapt or face extinction. Ice ages began to shape the planet, bringing colder temperatures and altering ecosystems. Some regions became dry and barren, while others experienced increased rainfall and vegetation. These changes affected the availability of food and forced species to migrate or develop new survival techniques. Early, hominins responded by becoming more resourceful and flexible in their behavior. They expanded their diets to include a wider variety of foods, such as roots, fruits, insects, and small animals. This dietary flexibility was a key factor in their survival, as it reduced their dependence on any single food source. Fire had not yet been fully controlled, so they relied heavily on raw food, which required strong teeth and jaws for processing. Their physical features reflected this need, with robust facial structures and powerful chewing muscles. At the same time, their brains were slowly increasing in size, allowing for better problem solving and memory. This combination of physical strength and growing intelligence enabled them to adapt to new challenges more effectively than many other species. Those who could not adapt gradually disappeared, while those who succeeded passed on their traits to future generations, shaping the evolutionary path toward modern humans. Social structure played a crucial role in the survival and development of these early human species. Living in groups provided protection against predators and increased efficiency in gathering food. Within these groups, roles may have started to emerge, with some individuals focusing on hunting while others gathered plant-based foods or cared for the young. Although these roles were not rigidly defined, They contributed to a more organized and cooperative way of living. The sharing of food became an important practice, ensuring that all members of the group had a better chance of survival. Even during times of scarcity, this sense of community strengthened social bonds and encouraged cooperation. Emotional connections, though primitive, likely began to develop, creating a sense of belonging and mutual support. These early forms of empathy and social awareness were critical steps in the evolution of human behavior. Learning also became a shared process, as younger members observed and imitated the actions of older, more experienced individuals. This passing down of knowledge allowed skills to be preserved and improved over time. Gradually, these small but significant changes in social interaction and cooperation began to shape the cognitive abilities of early humans, paving the way for more complex thinking and communication in future generations. The journey toward Homo sapiens was not a sudden transformation, but a slow and continuous process shaped by millions of years of adaptation and change. Around 2.4 million years ago, the seeds of humanity were already present, even if they were not yet fully realized. Each generation carried forward small improvements that contributed to the development of more advanced traits. Over time, these changes would lead to the emergence of species with larger brains, more sophisticated tools, and improved communication abilities. Eventually, this evolutionary path would give rise to Homo sapiens, a species capable of complex thought, language, and culture. However, the foundations of these abilities were built during this early period of struggle and survival. The challenges faced by these ancient ancestors forced them to adapt in ways that shaped the future of humanity. Their resilience, cooperation, and growing intelligence allowed them to overcome obstacles that would have otherwise led to extinction. This long journey serves as a powerful reminder that human existence is deeply connected to the natural world and shaped by the forces of evolution. From these humble beginnings, humanity would continue to evolve,